So today, we're diving into something that could totally change the game for how businesses manage their money. We're talking about a move away from the traditional bank account and towards a full-on integrated command center.
All right, so take a good look at this. Now, your first thought might be, hey, that's just some crypto wallet, right? But trust me, when you start to look closer at the details, you realize it's way more powerful than that. This image is really the key piece of evidence we're going to unpack today. And that's the big question, isn't it? What is this thing really, and what can it actually do for a company on a day-to-day basis? We're going to break this whole interface down, piece by piece, to figure it out. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the actual money here. Because what you're seeing isn't just one big pile of digital cash. It's actually a pretty smart mix of assets, and each one has a very specific job to do. Yeah, if you zoom in, you can see there are balances for different digital assets. You've got TRX, which is Tron, you've got SOL, Solana, and then there's USDT, or Tether. The big takeaway here is that a business using this isn't just randomly holding crypto. They are strategically holding different kinds of crypto for very different reasons. And this is where it gets really important. You've basically got two different buckets of assets. In one bucket, you've got your volatile assets like SOL and TRX. Their value goes up, it goes down. But in the other bucket, you have USDT, a stablecoin. It's designed to stay pegged to the US dollar, so it's stable. And for a business, that is absolutely crucial. You need that stability for things like payroll and paying bills, right? You can't pay your employees with something that might be worth 20% less tomorrow. All right, now let's look at the next big clue in this interface, this idea of a master wallet. It seems like the heart of the whole system. But here's the interesting part. There isn't just one. See that? It says Master Wallet 1 and Master Wallet 2. So you gotta ask yourself, why 2? Why split it up like that? This isn't random. It suggests a really deliberate strategy. You know, maybe one wallet is for all the day-to-day operating costs, and the other one is for a huge, specific new project. Or perhaps they represent different departments, each with its own central treasury. So yeah, the best way to think about a master wallet is like the company's main digital treasury. It's the central pot where all the money comes in before it gets sent out to do specific jobs. It's all about that centralized point of control. Okay, let's zoom out for a second, because this thing isn't just for holding digital cash. If you look over at that navigation menu on the left, that's where you see the real power. This isn't just a wallet, it's a full-blown financial operating system. I mean, just look at those labels: payroll wallets, supplier wallets, terminal wallets. This just lays it all out, plain as day. The system is built from the ground up to handle the real, everyday cash flows of a business. It's designed for specific tasks, not just for storage. So you can picture exactly how this would work, right? A client pays an invoice, and the funds land in the master wallet. Then, the finance manager moves the exact amount needed for salaries into the dedicated payroll wallet. And boom, from there, payments go out to employees. And the best part? Every single one of those steps is tracked. And that's a perfect lead-in to this recent transactions log. For any business, auditing and bookkeeping are, well, they're non-negotiable. This feature gives you a crystal clear, permanent, and easily searchable record of every penny in and out. For accountants, that's an absolute dream. So, when you put all these pieces together, what does this new model really mean? We're looking at a massive shift from relying on outside banking partners for everything to having an in-house, self-managed financial command center. And the benefits here are pretty hard to ignore. First off, you get total centralized control over all your digital funds, all in one dashboard. You can also segregate money for specific purposes, which is huge for preventing mismanagement. Then there's the transparency, that clear audit trail for every single transaction. And finally, you could see some serious efficiency gains. We're talking faster and cheaper payments, especially if you do business internationally. And that really leaves us with one big provocative question. If your business could run its finances on a system like this one, would you even need a traditional bank for your day-to-day operations anymore? It's definitely something to think about.